Hey, all, Mark Slane with the United States Krav Maga Association. Uh, Today, talking about Trump won, and we were told if that happened, there would be riots and all kinds of violence. And we were also told that if Hillary won, there would be all kinds of riots and violence. Um, there are idiots out there that are going to burn things and riot no matter what. Vast minority, vast minority. They're just the ones that make the news for some reason. We want to talk about, and I've been asked several times about, well, what do you do if you get caught in something like that? Well, that's a bad day. I remember a long time ago, my mama, she asked me how many guys I think I could take on and whoop. I was like, maybe two if they were small and not real good. When we're outnumbered, we're in trouble. If you can't see it coming, you'll get hit by it. If they have any clue what they're doing, even two or three of them, they split up, they get behind you, constantly got to be moving so that doesn't happen. But yeah, if they hit you in the back of the head, doesn't matter how big or strong they were, you were looking at the other guy. So bad stuff. And we always preach, when I go to instructor training, I tell them our job isn't to just teach people Krav Maga. It's to teach them, what to do with violence. Then the first and foremost that we always tell them is don't be there. Don't go to stupid places with stupid people to do stupid things. The second thing we tell them is run like you're on fire. Um, I don't care if I'm on national news running from a knife. Krav Master runs from knife. Yeah, a smart, still living Krav practitioner is running from a knife. I don't need to put myself in there if I don't have to. Number three down the list is find a weapon. We're going to use a weapon to, if our lives are in danger. That's what weapons are for, so that the many don't boss around and take over the few, and so that the strong don't boss around and take over the weak. That's what weapons were invented for. So heck yeah, I'll use that to my advantage. And fourth, way down the list is finally Krav Maga. I mean, you were really, I've heard, I think it was Rory Miller said Krav Maga is, or self-defense in general, is recovery from stupidity or bad luck. You, if you're in that point where you're using self-defense, you probably missed a lot of things. So, as far as our mob violence goes, getting caught in a riot, you're out there somewhere and boom, all of a sudden there it is. Advice is pretty much in that same arena. Number one, don't be there. I told my kids there's no reason to go to the city for the next 3 or 4 days after the election, no matter who wins. I told them that the day or two before. I said, don't you dare even think about going into the city. Why would you do that? Now, some of us work there. We can't help that. We have to go into the city. But if you know where the potential problem areas are, um, don't go there. There would be no reason to. Uh, the way I feel about it, yeah, they were absolutely told, don't you dare. My wife, you don't even think about it. We don't need to go grocery shopping the next few days. Let's see what happens. Let's see how people are acting. Okay, number two was run. And absolutely. If you see something forming, go the other way. If all of a sudden it's there, kind of skirt the outsides and get the heck out of there. You know, um, Unless it's certainly along racial lines. You can pretend like you're part of the group until you see the time to run. Whatever they're chanting, yes, I'm all for that. Until I've got an area, a place where I can get the heck out of there, I can blend in. Um, Absolutely, we have to avoid these things if we see them. Hence, don't be looking down at your cell phone constantly all day. Look around. If I see a group gathering there and they look pissed off about something, I don't need to go near that group. We need to use our sense with that. And then down weapons and Krav Maga. Now we're down to where, hey, it's here, it's surrounded us. Again, unfortunately, some of these things are on racial lines. One race hates another, so they'll attack them just because they're the wrong race or the wrong religion or the wrong whatever. Then you are targeted. Okay, it's always, to me, it's time to get very violent and make a hole and get out of there. There's no reason to there's no reason to hesitate. There's no reason to worry about hurting somebody. If you're outnumbered 50 to 1, you've just got to go crazy, make a hole, and get the heck out of there. We're fighting for our lives now. We're going to constantly be moving, try to keep our back, to a wall, or at least to where there aren't people behind us. Um, and this is what weapons are for. Not that I advocate this, but if you are in that situation and you fear that you're about to die, it's time to draw whatever weapon you're carrying, and hence, yes, you should be. I've almost always got a knife and a handgun on me. Yes, I know Krav Maga, but again, in that situation, 50 against 1, 10 against 1, 3 against 1, my butt's in trouble. And again, this isn't like a school fight. This is, hey, I could die here. These people are mad. They're burning things. They're putting horrible beatings on people. Yeah, it's time to just go crazy. I mean, there's not a lot of technique for that. There's going animal. There's going forward with rage and aggression. There's putting people down until you can get the heck out of there. And we're always fighting to escape. Um, oh, there's one. It was for women, I believe, a self-defense system that taught them to fall on their back and use their legs to kick off. That's assuming you're only ever going to have one attacker. That just drives me crazy. Absolutely, I want to keep moving. I want to, excuse me, I want to be mean, vicious. I want to put people down as I go. I've got to get out of this. Lives are in danger. So to recap this, um, don't go to these places. You know where right now you can look on the news and see where the riots are. Don't go down there. Number two, run when you see it happening. You can get out of there. Um, Again, paying attention, not looking at your cell phone, not the crazy things people do. And then when it finally gets down to Krav time, it's Krav time. Hopefully we've avoided this. We haven't done anything stupid. But if all of a sudden it's around us, we have no choice but to get mean, to get vicious. Not a lot of technique going to save you when it's 10 on 1. Not a lot of technique. We just need to keep moving, look to escape, and put people down. Um, Yes, this is what we do in Krav class. This is generally what we're learning. Most of our drills are 2 and 3 against 1. These are things we certainly can do in seminars, but again, it's just um, time to go crazy. We go forward, aggression, rage, make a hole, get out of there. And again, my hopes and prayers are that none of you are ever in this situation. So actually, the first two things listen to: stay the heck out of those places, run when you see it happening. This is Mark Sling, United States Krav Maga Association.